What's going on, YouTube? Adam Patterson, of course. Patterson Logistics will represent the channel. I wanted to talk to you today about where you spend your time is what you prioritize, and you can see it in a couple of different ways. Let me try and move this camera here. But my thoughts on this kind of started a few weeks back, really, at the start of January here into the new year, because I spoke about my goals that I had for this year and what my plans of attack were to go out and achieve them. And what I tended to notice was that throughout the course of last year, when I first started my company, the first thing that I would do when I had no customers, the first thing I would do when working hours hit from 8 o'clock until 5 o'clock was I would make cold calls and I would go out and I would try to earn myself customers to build my business around. And what I came to notice as time went on was I would make my cold calls, send out emails, and then I would head to the gym. And this is for the first 3 months because I only had 1 to 4 or 5 customers in the first 3 months. And I would send out my morning emails to my customers. I would make a few cold calls. I would send off emails and I would go straight to the gym to go and work out and go keep myself in shape because I didn't want to let myself slide because I was too focused on the business. And as time went on, as I started landing more customers, earning more business, and building the company, my priorities switched. I would still start my day. I would email my customers, say good morning, let them know what we had on the plans for the day. And then I would get to work and I would send off email updates and everything. But my timing on everything else that would grow the business that helped me get there, it seemed to fade to the background. So instead of being focused on sending off cold calls and prioritizing growing the business more, I was prioritizing the current customers that I had, which is a good thing. You want to prioritize your current customers and your current business, but you don't want it to get in the way of building for the future if that is the goal. My goal is to build a bigger and bigger business every single year. I don't want to just earn business and then maintain it. That's not the goal that I have. There are plenty of people who have that goal. It's a great goal to have. Earn business, maintain your business because it provides for your lifestyle. You're happy with it, what have you, and so on and so forth. My goal is to build a bigger and bigger business. I want to employ people. I want to get out of running the day-to-day operations. I want to be more of a decision maker and high level operator in terms of ideas and ideology than I do in the day-to-day operations. I love the day-to-day operations right now. I chose this line of business because I love the work and I knew that I could start at the ground level and get to a place where then I could scale and add people underneath me. And what I noticed was all of the things that I need to do to be able to do that went to the wayside. And I'm always worried about the future. I'm always worried about tomorrow because my bills are fortunately covered for today. The business will sustain today. I don't know if it'll sustain the future. And the only way that I know that is if we grow. And what I noticed was my priorities and things that I was doing weren't aligning with that goal any further. And I was really starting to get upset in my head. And I had no idea why until I really took a deep dive into what I do every day and the timing that I do it. With that being said, my timing on everything has changed and my priorities have realigned. And I actually do what I want to do. Every morning now, I sit down at my computer at 6:30, 7 o'clock, and I still email my customers. But instead of sending off a bunch of emails and everything, I go straight into cold calling for new business and cold calling for new business and emailing for new business. And then I get back to maintaining my current customers and making sure everything's going well. I know it's all going well because I start my day early, but from the moment that everyone else enters their office, brand new prospects are receiving phone calls from me or receiving emails from me. And that is my main goal. I want to build the business bigger. But in order for that to be something that I sustain over time, I need to be in great energy. I need to be in high spirits and I need to be doing things that improve me as a person. I still have the same sleeping schedule where I wake up at 4:30. I wake up, I read, I journal, and then I get to work. I shower in the morning now. I don't wait until midday to shower. And also, the biggest change that I've made in this 2026 season which I brought back because I put it on the back burner as the business began to build, was I am getting back to the gym. I am leaving the house. I am not going out in my home gym. I am prioritizing getting to the gym and doing the work. And I want to be there because in the gym, I have a clear mental space where in my home gym, I can just step back inside, worry about the work. I can cut the workout short and worry about the work and get right back to the work and get back to my dogs. When I go to the gym, I'm not worried about my dogs. They're here with Maddie. I'm not worried about the work as much. I, of course, have my phone on me always, and I will always answer a call if it comes in, or a text, or an email, or a Teams chat, or a Telegram, or anything this. But the priority when I'm at the gym is the gym, putting in the work on the weights, and then I have refocused my diet around my body and being sustainable, going towards the goals that I want for this year, which is I want to add muscle mass. I, of course, want to lose some body fat, and I want to continue to get bigger, stronger, and healthier for the longevity of everything. And those are the big goals, and I prioritize those now over everything. I prioritize new business acquisition by doing it first in my business. When the working hours come, I am immediately working on acquiring new business. That is the main goal. When it is weekend time, I am busy prospecting for new business that I can go out and try to acquire it come the weekdays when everybody's working. If I knew that companies were working on weekends, I would be cold calling and cold emailing on weekends. But that is the point. You prioritize and you actually do separate things, and you want to make sure that what you do is in line with the priorities and the goals that you have. Those were my goals for 2026, and I'm working towards them. But with that comes a little bit less. I've been a lot less focused on making content. Today's Friday. It's the end of the week. I've already done all of my new business acquisition and everything. I was in the process of making food when I first started this video, and I have now to do, I have to go to the gym. I've already worried about current business. It's all taken care of. Everything's handled for today through the weekend. I am not too worried about current business because everybody's been updated. Everything has been done. Everything has been handled properly. Because everything is done early, I can now move going to the gym up, but I want to eat first. I want to focus on the nutrition. I want to make sure that I'm doing everything for my body, that I am primed for a great workout. And I will just continue on that process. But hope this was enjoyable, guys. Hope it was informational, educational, perhaps. And comment, subscribe. We'll see you again in the next one.